Hello, it's been an absolute age since I've done a video. It's been what, 3, 4 months? I think it was October, November time that I last did something, which I didn't intend to stop doing videos. I kind of just thought, I'm not really in the mood tonight. I haven't done anything. It's a bit quiet. I was kind of getting tired of constantly picking up the phone, sticking it on, and just going, lockdown's really boring. We haven't done very much in lockdown. And every day since then, it's kind of just been, oh, well, nothing really happened this week, or yeah, I could talk about that, but there's not too much to talk about. I started to get really silly. Like, I'd think, oh, my hair's a bit of a mess. Can't bother to go and brush my hair, which is silly because my hair's always a mess. But I'd think like, oh, I have to do a lot of effort to just tidy myself up. Believe it or not, this is tidy me. But yeah, it just become like, I don't know, it just got away from me, I think. By December, I was thinking I need to do a video. By January, I was like, oh God, I haven't done a video. I completely forgot. And then a few people have said to me this past week, funnily enough, just like, why have you stopped recording? Where are you? Lots of people have asked me over the months, but it's always been, well, no reason, I'll be back. And then I've just not got around to it. So I just thought, you know what? No time like the present. Let's get recording. I need to figure out a proper place to sit and do this. At the moment, I'm sat in the corner of my room. I've got a little plant next to me that's casting shadows there, and the lights are all a bit off, and I'm just like, usual stuff. I haven't really got a setup. I'm just sat here. But I thought tonight, I was washing up, and I just thought, I've got the evening, really. Claire was sat with Ben watching a baby parrot be born, hatch out of its egg. So they're sat there doing that. I think Lincolnshire Zoo or Wildlife Park or something has got this hatching parrot. She was telling me they've got the most tigers in the UK as well, so she wants to go there at some point when lockdown finishes. I feel like that's all we're talking about at the moment. When lockdown finishes, we'll go and do this, we'll go and do that. So yeah, we're looking forward to getting out of this. I feel like lockdown 3 has been the hardest one, really. I feel like everything is still hard, but the government, the schools, everyone seems to be wanting everyone to just act normal. It's like school want everything just done as well. The teachers don't. The government have said schools need to carry on like everything's fine, but from home. So there's no forgiveness of someone like Ollie not doing very much. In lockdowns 1 and 2, it was kind of relaxed. That okay, you get what you can, see what happens. No one specifically said to me he has to do anything, but I was reading kind of the laws, the changes between this lockdown and last lockdown, and it was basically you have to crack on. The schools are expected to kind of deliver a certain level of education to everyone, and that's good, but it's a lot harder. Before, it'd be kind of like if Ollie was at his limit, we'd just say, right, okay, you go chill out for the rest of the day. No one's telling us, again, we have to get him to do stuff, but we do find ourselves trying to pull him back in a bit more, and it has its ups and downs. He has got a lot done, to be fair. We're quite impressed how much writing he's been doing, how much maths he's been doing. He's doing really well. His teacher's really pleased. We had a couple of weeks back, he got the leaf, which is like every week they do this celebration assembly, and 2 people from every class get an award. A school kid gets an award, a home kid gets an award, and that week Ollie got the award. I kind of had a feeling it might happen because his teacher was saying to the class, write what you've been up to, submit like why you should win. And Ollie said something out loud, like I unmuted and asked a question. She said, just fill out a leaf, see what happens. And I thought to myself, it'd be a bit out of order not giving it to him after telling him to fill it out, because we know how it is. He's going to assume he's going to win if he enters something. So I had a gut feeling that she wouldn't have said it unless she'd kind of recognised the fact that he'd done a lot. So I got him to fill it in, and then I sat there just with my phone out thinking, if they say his name, I'm just going to hit record. I'm not going to put it on because that's, it was a nice moment, and I recorded it, sent it to his grandparents and to Claire because she was at work, and he was very proud of himself, and it helped. I think it's helped him kind of do a bit more. It's helped him realise there's benefits to working. He's learning about Egypt. He's learning about some of the harder maths stuff. There's a lot of problem-solving logic stuff now that is giving him a headache. I need to learn to just stop when he's had enough, because I keep trying to push him further, and it ends up with us coming to a bit of a blows one way or another. And I think that's not because of him, and it's not because I'm unreasonable, if that makes sense. I think I'm just getting carried away with the stress of being off and at home. I kind of started making a list of what everyone's said. Ollie's doing fine. He's been really well behaved, at home. He's very happy at home. He's doing lots of work at home. He's having a good lockdown. I feel like he's doing well. He's missing his friends. It's driving him a bit nuts. I asked school whether we could set up a couple of Zoom conversations where he could just chat to his mates, because he has a bi-weekly conversation with his TA, which he kind of derails by throwing everything at her. He wants to talk about Minecraft. He wants to talk about YouTube. He wants to just make noises. And she's just kind of like, look, we're supposed to be going through a sheet here. And she doesn't mind him having a bit of back and forth, but she's like, come on. We're supposed to be talking about how you feel, how, what's going on, helping you feel okay, teaching him about recognizing emotions. And he's just saying chicken nugget over and over again and stuff like that, bless him. So, yeah, it's been an interesting one, but I feel like he's okay. He'll go back to school and he'll probably be a bit excited at first, and then he'll calm down. It's not been a negative effect on him, which is a good thing. Emily seems to have been having an absolutely outstanding lockdown. She had a school report and school parents evening thing the other day, and it was basically like I think she's above average in everything at the moment. She's achieving like 93%, I think it was, in Spanish, whereas like the year average is 50. She's doing like above that. Yeah, she's doing like 60-ish or 70-ish in science, maths. I think maths was like 80-something%. And again, all the averages were like 60 to 50. And she's like, well, and I was just like, this is really impressive. I said to her afterwards, and this isn't meant to be mean, but I was like, I just want to check. You're not like Googling it or anything, are you? And she was like, no. And I said, I just wanted to be certain, because I'm really proud and I don't want it to just come out that you've misunderstood. Like Spanish, for example, I didn't want her to be typing in what is chair in Spanish and then just saying what she's read. And she was like, no, we have like loads of quizzes, it's all live. And, I didn't doubt her, but I was just like, this seems insane. We come on the parents' evening and the teacher was just like, she's got like a natural gift for languages. She just knows languages. And I was just like, this is not unexpected in like, I knew she's bright, but we've never really pushed any kind of Spanish. I did French and German at school, so I was very surprised, but that was excellent. I said to Emily after the call, I was like, I've always been kind of assuming art was your big gift, and I bought her this art pack. Humble Bundle had like a art pack thing where you could get loads of different types of art styles, and it was an art software a bit like Photoshop or Paint Shop Pro, whatever they're called, I can't remember now, but you know what I mean, like Paint but on steroids. So I bought her that to try and encourage her to get into a bit of graphic design, a bit of arty stuff, because she's really good at drawing and things like that. So I just thought I'll encourage this artistic flair. And I said to her, now I suddenly realise you've got a flair for science, you've got a flair for languages, you've got a flair for maths. Her English was English was still above average, but it was about average, basically. So I was like, you need to read more, you need to write more. But I was just like, this is good, this is cool. But I said to her, I have no idea what direction to kind of help you with now. You need to be telling me what you're into. She's like, I don't really know. She was just like, I do everything. I do what I'm told, really. I mean, she's a bit like, I've got a lesson to do, I've got to do it. So we'll see. I'll just wait until she decides what she fancies. But yeah, it was entertaining doing that. I feel like we barely see her. She's in full teenager mode now. She'll come down at lunchtime to get lunch. She'll go back up to do the rest of her learning. Well, she comes down for breakfast, goes back to school, comes back down for lunch, goes back to school, comes back down at the end of the day to raid snacks, goes upstairs and just relaxes watching like Disney Plus or Netflix in her room. She'll come down for dinner. Then we try and get her to stay down for a bit to chat to us, but she wants to go back up at any opportunity. And it's like she'll hang out with Ollie for a bit and talk to her mates over FaceTime and that. But I feel like she's just becoming really autonomous at the moment. And it's like, again, she's having a good lockdown, but it's a shame we're not seeing much of her. And I'm trying to encourage her, bless her. Little Ben is doing great. He's Big Ben now, really. He's massive. He's getting tall. He's getting very grown up. He's energetic as anything, and I think that's probably the hardest thing as well, entertaining a 3-year-old who wants to run riot while educating an Ollie who doesn't want to do anything while trying to do my job, and Claire trying to do her job is hard work. He just keeps coming in saying, I want food, and it's like, you can't eat all day. We're lucky it's just natural. Like the kids have got Claire's genes, they're all naturally skinny, so they just eat and eat and eat, which I hate them for it, to be honest. I absolutely hate them for it, because I could eat anything and I'll put on weight, whereas they eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and they're not doing anything. It's ridiculous. They're just growing taller and stronger, and it's like, what the hell, why can't I have those genetics? But no, he's doing great. I can't believe he's going to school in September, and it's just like, I can't see how we get him from the the babbling toddler who runs riot to the 4-year-old school kid. It just seems mad. Like, you know, we're trying to potty train him still. Like, he's sort of used to it, but he runs to the toilet when he needs to, and he always gets there a millisecond too late, or he panics and starts running around, and you're like, you know where it is, go to it. So we're trying to get him to just go and stop the theatrics, but he likes to make a big deal out of it, and it's a bit kind of funny that he'll delay it until he's panicked enough that he wheezes himself a little bit or whatever. You're like, oh, come on. So I'm trying to get that out of his system, because I think once he's done that, he's got to sort out his speech and he'll be fine. I am slightly... Parents who have children with autism will know that you always start looking at your other kids and thinking about things. Like, he was walking around on his tiptoes the other day, and I just thought, that's an early sign for his age, and his speech is a little bit behind for his age and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know. I think he'll probably have to have checks when he's at school. I am worried that we'll have to go through years of everyone telling him off all the time. I don't really want that for him after working with Ollie. I'm hoping it'll be quite nice and quick if there is something that needs to be doing. The teachers seem nicer in the earlier years now. He had quite a ruthless teacher in the first few. I think they're being noisy behind the door, so if you hear any background noise, just ignore it. I swear, being in lockdown, this house has somehow got more noisier than it used to be. I swear I used to do videos up here and the background noise weren't too bad. I'd do podcasts and the background noise wouldn't be too bad, but now I feel like if anyone makes a noise anywhere, I can hear it through the walls, and I'm just desperate for this bloody garage conversion I've been waiting for forever and ever and ever. So yeah, anyway, everything's good with the kids. Claire's work is just at normal. That's probably the hardest thing about this lockdown again. She's just expected to go and visit people with a mask on and just get on with it. So it's like, yeah, just go in. I think twice now she's gone into a place, and then after the fact they've told her they had COVID and she's had to go into 10 days of quarantine, which has been a bit of a pain, especially because then it means I have to do all the shopping and go out everywhere and do everything outside, which isn't the end of the world, but it's just like we're also doing the homeschooling, and her job she's at home, but she doesn't mean she has to sit around doing now. She's upstairs doing calls and work and dealing with it like normal. And yeah, I just feel very stretched. I mean, not that I'm not doing everything. I just feel stretched. So she's been very busy, but generally quite happy. I think she's just been tired. Ben keeps coming in our room at like 4 a.m. So we've had this ridiculous system at the moment where Ollie doesn't go to bed until nearly midnight. He waits for us to go to bed, which is very, very infuriating. So then I go to bed and I can't sleep because I've got some sort of stomach ache or bug or whatever it is, cold. I can't breathe properly because I've got a blocked nose, whatever it is, whatever the excuse. So I'm laying there till gone 1:30 trying to sleep, and I can't sleep. So I end up reading comics. Ben then comes in at 4 a.m. and starts kicking me in the back, and then I have to get up for work and they have to get up, and it's like homeschooling all day. And so I just feel like we're in this ridiculous routine that's just knackering us all. But I feel like even if they go back to school, that's not going to change much because I don't have to start commuting to the office and stuff. So yeah, that is kind of where we are with lockdown. From my perspective, I feel like I'm in a bit of I'm always in a weird position, you know what I'm like, and I don't want to be Mr. Negative, but I feel odd. We had the announcement at work that another company had bought the company I work for, which is always a worrying thing to hear for lots. I know literally everyone I spoke to said, "Eesh, that's bad." And I had a good chat with my boss, and I don't think it is. I think it sounds like a positive thing. The thing that's worrying me is because they're a proper established big company that has departments and all sorts. My job at the current company, like in its old guise, was like basically several different departments. It was just me. Where you'd have a bids department, that was me. Where you had a marketing department, I was kind of half of that. Before we got a marketing guy, it was me. For writing all the internal documents that kind of not all of them, but lots of internal documents for me. I did sales, and just the list of many hats essentially. And now all of those departments have a head person who's in charge of it, and they have a team that they oversee. And at the moment, they're kind of saying to me, well, nothing's really changing. But I'm sat there thinking, well, at some point, I have to be accountable to one of these random people I've not met yet. And they probably won't want to share me with loads of other departments. So I'm waiting to be told I have to pick one, and that's stressing me out. Even though no one's actually said it, I just feel like the writing's on the wall. I've got to kind of narrow. And they're all the kind of role that if I did them on their own, I think it would drive me mad. I like the fact that I can flip between different jobs, and there's lots of different stuff I can do. And so I'm getting a bit stressed at the thought of having to pick one. And I kind of just thought if they, I can't help but think if they, even if they just don't want me there, they want me to leave or whatever, you know, if they started getting rid of people at some point in the near future, I don't know what I'd pick out of the jobs and all of that kind of thing. And that's just winding me right up, because even like, I'm not looking for another job, but I had a look to see what I would need to know to do the jobs I have. And each one of them would need some sort of qualification that I don't have to be paid the same amount doing just that job all the time. And I'm just like, what a mess I've got myself into. This is ridiculous. I'm kind of snookered. I feel very wound up about it because I just don't know what I kind of want to do. And it's just the usual thing. It's just the usual thing. I mean, I know in an ideal world, I'd be doing some sort of internet-y related entertainment-y thing that meant I was just making videos on content about an idea I'd had. You know, I talked about doing just some side streaming stuff out of, you know, once I've got a device. You know, I thought if I get a better PC and an Elgato, I'll start doing, say, Pokemon streams. I'll stream, you know, I want to do a Nuzlocke challenge on that, where you basically you can only catch one Pokemon per route. If it dies, it's dead. So basically you probably got a pool of 30 and you've got to try and beat the game without getting killed. Basically, if you lose a battle, you're dead, you're out, job done. So it's quite challenging. I thought it might make quite a good video to just edit and get my teeth into as a starting thing, and then I just get better from there. You know, I just pick another game. Oh, I'm going to play this game for a series. I'm going to do that. And I don't think it'd be too time consuming. I think it'd be fun. Like, it will be time consuming, but it'll be fun time consuming. I mean, it'll be something to do, keep me busy, and I think I could grow it and I could do something good with it. And I've got support from people like Kev and Pab and, you know, people like that who know what they're doing. So it seems like a reasonable idea, but I don't have the machine, I don't have the space. I mean, there's all these annoying things I need to sort out that I haven't sorted out and I can't sort out. We feel like we're inching closer to it, but I'm still probably 6 months to a year away from it at best case scenario. So then I'm like, maybe I need to just get on with my writing. You know, I picked stuff up, I started trying to do bits here and there, but I haven't got, I feel like I say this and then I get to the end of the day and I'm like, I'm knackered. I feel like I'm being unreasonable on myself, trying to fit in being an author in between homeschooling and all this other stuff. That's part of the reason I kind of froze the vlog before, I think, was trying to be a vlogger in between homeschooling and home working, and just living was hard. And I don't even do that much. You know, the editing on this isn't exactly world class, is it? It's, you know, it's pretty poor. But I don't know, I just feel like I need to be doing something, and it's very, very frustrating because I'm worried about the state of everything. And I mean, as I say, my bosses have said you're fine, don't worry, they'll look at what you can do and they'll be shocked how much you can do, and they'll want to, you know, throw it all at you and just benefit from your skills. And it's like, yeah, hopefully they will, and I'm sure they probably, you know, when I talk to them, they probably will want to utilize what I can do, because, you know, they went through it. It's quite weird being told your own abilities back to you, because I'm not very confident or clear on what I'm good at. And they're like, you are really good at writing, you're really good at selling, you're really good at, you know, figuring these things out, you're really good at understanding the public sector. I've got this big public sector kind of, I do all the frameworks and stuff like that, so I really know how to sell to the public sector. You know, and he was just like, going through it all, and I just thought, yeah, okay, I almost went to say to him, all right, give me a raise then, and I thought, this is not the conversation for that, damn it. But I should have jokingly gone, well, double my wages now, please. But yeah, I just feel in limbo, and I know that I think part of me just thinks I'm 36 this year. I know that's not old, but time is going by, and I kind of don't know what I thought I'd be doing at this age. I feel like I'm doing okay. You know, I sort of look at what other people are doing and I think, okay, I'm doing all right. I'm not doing as good as some, but I'm doing better than others. You know, I'm in that middle bit, but I don't know. I just feel like I need to figure. I said to Claire, I just need something magical to happen out of nowhere. I was having quite a laugh yesterday. I bought a hard drive reader because my friend Shelley messaged me saying Bitcoin was up to 44 grand a coin, and I'm 99% sure that I have, like, I can't remember, I know it has a 4 in it, and I can't remember whether it was 0.4 or 0.04, but I used to mine Bitcoin back in the day, and I remember specifically seeing it at that number at one point or another, and it went beyond that. I kept mining from there, so I could have like half a coin in theory. just sat on a hard drive somewhere. I don't think it was that much. I think it's probably more likely that I had 0.05 and it would be like a few grand. But Claire said to me, "You're telling me there's a chance you have 20 grand in the garage somewhere?" And I was like, you know, enough of a chance that it's worth me going in the garage. And she was like, "Well, get in the garage then." So I went in the garage and I found these hard drives. My stupid laptop can't read any of them. They're the wrong file type or some nonsense. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Someone gave me a program I can use to try and access it. I can apparently use Linux to do that as well. But I don't want to go to great lengths and then find out it's literally nothing or they're not on there. Do you know what I mean? But the upside is like, yeah, I could go on there and find that, and that would be the perfect, you know, upswing. But I don't think it's realistic. We were laughing, just saying, I'd rather. I mean, part of me is like, I'm not asking for a handout of like the universe casting it on me. I'd quite like the idea that I could then go and work at. I feel like just finding 20 grand on a hard drive would be quite a hack, really. It'd be a bit of a, oh, great, cool, cash that in, job done. You know, that'd be the naughty way of doing it. I want to work for it, but I just don't have the idea. I don't know what to work towards. I don't know where to start, and but it is stressing me. So that's why I thought I'd do a vlog, and that's everything I made notes on. So I'm just kind of freestyling now. I'm trying to think what else really has gone on that's been noteworthy in the months. I mean, Christmas was obviously great. We had a good time. We've just been rearranging the house left, right and centre constantly. I feel like every room, I think I did a run around the house, and I think pretty much every room is slightly different in one way or another since then. Every now and again, I'll go on a video call at work, and they're like, "Where are you sitting now?" And I'm like, "I'm in my kitchen." And they're like, "You're in your kitchen the other day facing another direction," and I've changed directions 4 times and had 4 different backgrounds, but there's only 4 sides to the room. I don't work in a hexagon, you know, and yeah, it's just I don't really get how I've changed my position so many times at work, but I have. Yeah, it's just been a really weird one, and I can't believe how quick time's gone. It's like mid-Feb, and that's just absurd. It's Valentine's Day next week, isn't it, as well? It's like, so that's your reminders. If you celebrate that, we don't. I got Claire a non-Valentine's Day present of a bee house. It's like it's for solitary bees. We put it in the garden. She was buying plants to put in the garden when spring comes. They're all in our house. We've got like 50 plants in our house at the moment, all growing, ready to go out in the garden. And the plan is she wants all these bees to come and pollinate them. It's going to be very bee-centric. So I got this bee house. It's going to sit in the middle of it. It's got all these holes in it. And the idea is these solitary bees will go in. They'll lay their little eggs, grubs, whatever they are. And then they'll all kind of grow and leave, and more will grow, and it'd just be lots of little bees just going in and out. Not a hive, like we're not going to end up with honey or anything. I did say to her someday we might buy a house with a bigger garden, and then she'd have hives galore. And as I joked on Twitter, I'll become Winnie the Pooh because I'll eat so much honey. That'll be me. But yeah, she loved it. I was very pleased. I always get nervous when I buy her presents, but she like opened it, saw it, jumped up and gave me a hug and was very happy. And I just thought, yes, that's how you know. The hug's how you know you did a good job. She goes, "Oh, cool," puts it down. You're like, "Oh, I was expecting a hug." But she was very pleased, so that's good. I can't think of anything else that's really happened. It's just been the usual, really. I'm reading Marvel Unlimited stuff. I got the Marvel Unlimited app for Christmas. It's one of the few times at Christmas that I've known exactly what I wanted, and I wanted that. I've read 160 Spider-Man comics. I was a bit blown away that I'm a bit blown away because he died, but I was reading the death of Spider-Man. I just thought death was going to mean something else, ultimately. But yeah, he just died, and I was like, what the hell? Out of nowhere with the title for like 10 comics being that. But I'm a bit blown away because the app was very good at connecting me to the next comics, and I just kept going. It's like all you can eat, and now he's dead. So I'm kind of like, well, what do I read now, Marvel? They haven't pointed me to the next thing, so that's going to be interesting to follow. I think it'll be Miles Morales, I imagine, but well, it will be, but I don't know. I'll have to go research. Comics are complicated like that. But yeah, it's been fun. That's basically been me for the past 2 weeks, just binging on Marvel comics. Well, for the past 6 weeks, sorry, since Christmas. I said to my mum, like, I think it's paid for itself twice over because of the amount of comics I've read on it. That is all I've been doing. Like, I get to the Fridays and I'm like, I've not played any games, and I have a quick like game on a couple of bits, and then I'm like, I literally read comics all week and watched football and got angry at Tottenham. So that has literally been my year so far. Work, Tottenham, reading, the odd games, homeschooling, and I am knackered. I am so tired, and yet I can't sleep ever, which is ridiculous. So I am going to wrap up there, because I do still need to get Ben to bed and edit this and everything. I hope you're all well. Let me know in the comments how your 4 months have been. Honestly, I do want to know. You know you are, the regular people. I mean, if I've never spoken to you before, put a comment in, tell me how you're doing. But all of the regulars that I talk to on the comments all the time, just let me know how your past 4 months have been, what you've been up to. Just, you know, it's good to hear from you all. And I hope you're all well. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.